we were making six figures living paycheck to paycheck.
Say that again, say it one more time.
Making six figures living paycheck to paycheck.
So all of y'all be saying, if I just make more money, I will be better off. It's not the case. Literally, millionaires who make $1 million a year are still living paycheck to paycheck.
Bloomberg report that came out, and the majority of people that make $250,000 and more, those are the people who are living paycheck to paycheck.
It's called lifestyle creep. The more money you make, the more money you spend. If you can make that kind of money while still living with low expenses,
Killing the game.
and you have margin, then you have peace, and you got joy, and you have options, and you have freedom. And that's what this whole plan is about. It's not about getting out of debt so we can get out of debt.
Right.
It's doing it so that we have those kinds of options.
I know that's right.
What up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today's topic is a topic that I really think is important, and I really enjoy creating this type of dialogue and talk about something that is a real problem in this country. The title of this video is, for me, just to get the attention of the trucking community, which is a community that I speak to, is a community that I'm part of. I really want you guys and gals that are in the trucking industry to participate in this conversation. I think that's how we all get better and think of ways to how we can navigate through these difficult times to put ourselves in better financial positions. That's the purpose of this video today. And hopefully in the comment section of this video, I see some healthy dialogue amongst each other. All right. There are a lot of people right now that are thinking about getting into the trucking industry. There are people who are coming from jobs, maybe not making a lot of money, low wage jobs. And the reason you're deciding to take this trucking path is to improve your overall lifestyle from a financial standpoint. Many people get into the industry because they want to make more money. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Many people get into this industry with hopes of increasing their income. And you can do that in this industry. However, there's some basic principles. There's a certain type of philosophy that you have to have in order to not only make more money, but also keep more money. And if you don't have the right philosophy, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you're still going to wind up in the same financial situation. So, like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, a lot of people are coming into the trucking industry to get a better paying job. I know for myself, when I came into the trucking industry, getting into trucking school, I was actually unemployed at the time. And many of you that follow my channel, you've been paying attention to my journey, you already know this. But there are going to be people that watch this video that are seeing me for the first time that may not know my story. You may not know my journey. And I don't want to get too deep into it. But I will say, prior to me coming into the trucking industry, I worked for a company where I was at 15 years and then laid off. After that layoff, I decided to go to trucking school, get a CDL. I was making $50,000 a year prior to getting into trucking, right? I got into trucking to acquire a skill and to obtain a CDL license, something that I felt like would give me more stability and something that I can fall back on anytime. Even if I decided to get out of the trucking industry, I felt like having a CDL would always give me the opportunity to have a job, to find a job. And I think many people have the same type of mindset when it comes to obtaining a CDL. I'm definitely in a better situation financially than I was prior to having a CDL. Many of you guys are going to be in the same situation in terms of making more money. When you get in a position to where you're making more money, you have to be disciplined enough to not increase your overall expenses. I know it's real tempting to do. when you make more, most people tend to spend more. You want to go out and buy the fancy houses, the high price houses. You want to go out and buy that nice luxury vehicle. You want to go out and buy some of these designer clothing brands. And you just want to spend more money in general because you feel like you have it. But if we can get to the point to where we change our mindset, we change our philosophy surrounding money, and we get that higher paying job, and we can just keep our expenses low or the same as it was when we wasn't making the type of money that we're making now, I think we'll be in good shape. Not only that, once you start making more money, start focusing on paying off debt. Start focusing on creating that emergency fund. Start focusing on investing and creating passive income. So those are the things that we really have to start doing in order to improve our overall lifestyle. If we get these higher paying jobs and start making all this money that we've never made before, it's very easy to get tempted into spending more money. But that's where the discipline comes into place. That's where the philosophy comes into place, and the plan and the budget and all these different things that's going to help you save more money and live a more peaceful life without having a lot of stress due to not having money, a lot of stress to being in debt. These are all the things that come along with just life in general. And so this video is really just a reminder and just some food for thought to get you guys to really think about what to do when you start making more money. Now, I can't tell you specifically how to spend your own money, but what I will say is just be smart with your money. Some of you are already making more money than you made last year. What are we doing with it? Are we investing more? Are we saving more? Are we paying more towards debt? Getting that debt ultimately eliminated? Doubling up on payments, or paying $5, $10, $20 more, $100 more, $200 more towards those monthly payments to get that debt eliminated? Is that what we're doing? So a lot of the problems that we have, it isn't necessarily you're not making enough money at your job. It's more so due to not being able to manage your money. Let's focus on buying more assets and less liabilities. Until you're in a position to do it comfortably, let's start spending our money wisely. Let's start buying less liabilities and more assets. Let's start trying to create more passive income, letting our money work for us. We can do that by investing. Figure out a vehicle where you can park your money at to where you can make more money. Right now, if you're a W-2 employee, you're trading time for money. In order for you to get paid, you have to go put in hours. You have to go put in work. That's active capital. You have to go to work, put in 8 to 12 hours a day to make a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks. Passive capital, passive income means you're investing in an asset that's making you money without you having to physically be there to make that money. That's the type of money that I like making. Passive income. Maybe you're at a trucking job right now to where you're just not making enough money. You want to make more money. Well, there's a few different things that you can do. You can, number one, go find a better paying job. Whether that's you getting more endorsements on your license and getting into an industry that pays more, or whether you're creating income outside of your job through a side hustle, maybe starting a business. There are some different things that you can do. You just have to put your mind to it. You have to do your research. Maybe you have to get the education. Maybe you have to learn a new skill that you can monetize, that you can create more income. That's the type of mindset we got to have. Don't be one of these people that blame the government for everything. That's something else that really frustrates me. I just made a video recently where I was talking about the economy and how inflation has impacted the trucking industry. You know, we see the low freight rates and things of that nature. And there was somebody that dropped a comment and they said, thank Biden for the economy. I'm not one of these people that point my finger at everybody else, right? So many people I see across social media, I see that comment a lot, just phrased in a different way. But so many people blame the government for not only the situation with the economy, but the situation that they're in personally. And for me, it's like at some point you have to take accountability. There are so many people right now that's working under the same administration that are thriving. Why is that? Can we attribute that to Biden too? The reason why these people are thriving, or whoever the president is, the reason why people are thriving in this economy, even with it being in the condition that it is because of their mindset. It's because of their philosophy. It's because of their grind. It's because of their commitment and dedication to do better. It's because they're not waiting on somebody to give them a handout. You have to go out there and get it. This is life. Nobody's going to hand you anything. But if you have the drive, if you have the discipline, if you have the go-getter in you, you're going to figure out a way to change your circumstances. So many people try to blame the government. So many people blame not having parents. So many people blame their environment. So many people blame everything else, but they don't blame themselves for their decisions. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. The decisions that we've all made have put us in the place that we're in right now, bad or good. So if you're in a bad place right now, think about the decisions you've made. If you want to change that, then you have to make better decisions. It just is what it is. It's black and white. So let's stop pointing the finger at all these different things and think about how we can change our own circumstances. Let's do that. If we're at a bad job right now, if we're at a low-paying job right now, let's figure out how we can change that. Listen, if you're a truck driver right now and you're living paycheck to paycheck, you really just got to take a step back and you got to look at the decisions that you've made up to this point. Just take a quick analysis of some of the decisions you've made and ask yourself, was that the best decision to make? And I guarantee you're going to find your answer. If you're brutally honest with yourself, you're going to find your answer. So it all comes down to decision making. We got to do better. We're getting into 2024. Let's do better, guys and gals. Let's do better with our finances. We have to change the way we manage our money. Dave Ramsey has some good ideas when it comes to managing money. I personally don't agree with everything Dave Ramsey has to say, but I do think he has some basic principles that can help the average person become a better steward of their money if they just take action and follow the plan that he has in place for the most part. But you have to do the research, you have to do the work in order to change your circumstances. Nobody can do it for you. So listen, when you guys start getting these higher paying jobs and you start making $20,000, $30,000 more a year than what you was before you got that job, that's probably going to be life-changing money for some of you out there. So the temptation to spend more money is definitely going to be there. But you got to have discipline to not go out and just spend all your money on things that you really don't need. You want to be able to live comfortably. You want to be able to live a peaceful life without the stress of not having enough money. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Do me a favor, man. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. If you get any value from today's content, hit that like button for me. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Y'all take care. Peace.